What's going on, guys? This is David. Welcome back to the channel. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I would really appreciate it. Helps the channel grow. Helps get this message and reach as many people as possible. So it's always appreciated. So yeah, another week down in the market. Sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys during the week last week. Just a lot going on, but that's how it is for everybody. So, but yeah, we got another week down in the market. Let's see what's going on. Let's see how the markets performed last week. Dow was down on Friday, 268 points. But let's see for the week. Down 1%. Down 1%, down over 600 points. Not a good week for the Dow. Still up over 35,000. So, it's not too bad. And for the month, down only 7 points for the month. So, we know pullbacks happen. That's part of the game. Not really a big deal. Let's see. Let's look at the S&P on Friday, down only 6 points. Not bad for the week. Was actually up. I mean, basically say it was flat. Only up 1 point for the week. For the month, the S&P is still up 3%, up over 160 points. And the NASDAQ had a good day, up over 16K, which is great. Up 60 points, up 63 on Friday. For the week, up almost 1%, up 148 points, not bad. And for the month, wow, up 6%, the NASDAQ. So you see the tech has had a good run lately, up 6% the past month, up over 935 points, not bad at all. So let's see what we have. We had some hot stocks this week. Let's take a look at some stocks that really kind of had a good week, or some of my favorite stocks that I consider hot that had a good week. Nvidia was up 4% on Friday, up 13 points, and for the week, up 7% for the week, up 24 points. Not bad at all. One of my babies here finally saw some traction. I ain't gonna say finally, but if you're an investor in Amazon, you know how Amazon goes. But every time I see it surpass that 3,500, 3,600, I know it's on a good run. Just hopefully it doesn't pull back anytime soon. But see down Friday, 20 points. But for the week, it's actually up almost 4%, up over 139 points. So definitely a good week for Amazon. For the month, you see Amazon's up 7%, up over 261 points. So always nice to see Amazon have a good run. And another stock that was talked about a lot last week is Rivian in EV space. And as you see on Friday, it was up 4%, up over 5 points. But for the week, you see you're going to see a little up and down with it here, as start off at 130, got all the way up into the 170s, right? But now it's kind of fell back down the last few days, closing on Friday at 128. So, when it IPO'd, a lot of people wanted to get in. I'm sure a lot of people did get in. Stock ran up. Now it's come back down. So, for your investors, is this a good time to get in, or are you still unsure about the stock? Let me know what you think. I'm always kind of skeptical about IPOs because you just never know. And, in more cases than not, you see the run up in the first few days or weeks or whatever, then you start seeing the pullback. So is this a good time to get in? Do you guys have a good entry point? Let me know. I'm not an investor in Rivian right now. I still have it on my, on my watch list to keep an eye on. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I'm just, I'm still a little unsure at the time. So, but it's one that I'll continue to watch. Another hot stock. Let's take a look at Lucid. Lucid Group's been doing really well. Oh, that's the wrong Lucid though. Give me a second. Or is it? No. That's the wrong Lucid. Yeah. All right, here we go. Lucid, as we see on Friday, was up 17% on Friday. I know it had a pullback a few days prior, but for the week, see Lucid is still up 23% for the week, up 10 points. And you see how where it started at 45, got up, then it took a dive back down to 43, but made its way back up to 55. So still a great week for Lucid. I'm still expecting a lot of big things out of this stock. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it. I am an investor in Lucid, so I'll talk about that a little later. But yeah. And one last hot stock I want to mention, the good old Apple, man. You cannot go wrong with Apple. I don't care. Nobody says it stands the test of time. I don't have any negative to say about Apple. For the day, you see it's up 1%, it's 2 points, but for the week, I think it had a pretty good week, right? Up 6% for the week, up 10 points. Apple doing what Apple does. For the month, you see Apple's up 7%, up 11 points. Let's just take a look for the past 6 months for Apple, up 26%, up over 33 points. So Apple continues to do what Apple does. I love Apple stock. That's just not a stock that I plan on selling anytime soon. So 1,000% confident in Apple. So, and that's just a brief look at some of the hot stocks for the week. So, if you saw my last video, I mentioned that I wanted to do, a 5-part series in my current portfolio, right? And the last video, I talked, part 1, I mentioned some mutual funds that I'm currently invested in. But now I want to talk about this particular portfolio that I have. And this portfolio is part 2 of my 5-part series, right? And this portfolio is actually a portfolio that I'm really excited about. Out of all my portfolios, I think this portfolio is the future for what I'm doing. And I think it's going to just take me over the top, right? So just to give a little backstory, I started this portfolio probably the first quarter of 2020, right? And this was at the beginning of the pandemic. And what I started the portfolio with was a mixture of cruise lines, airlines, and gaming, right? So I had, for the cruise lines, I had Carnival, I had and Royal Caribbean were the 2 main ones I had. The airlines, I had JetBlue, I had Delta, and for the gaming, I had MGM and GameStop, right? Because these stocks pretty much had bottomed out at the beginning, when the pandemic kind of hit. So I wanted to get in on them at very low prices and kind of ride them up to the top, right? Buy low, sell high. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. And I stayed into these funds probably, really to the beginning of 2021 or midway to 2021 before I got out, and I kind of shifted to what I currently have now. So I did take those profits from those stocks and kind of, readjusted my portfolio as you should do. You should, evaluate, make adjustments when necessary. And we had a good run on those stocks, but now I'm shifting, this portfolio in a new direction. That's what I've been doing. It's taken some time, had some buy and sell. I had quite a few stocks that I bought into once I got out of those original stocks. But now I've kind of trimmed it down to what I currently have now. And I'm extremely excited about where this portfolio is going. We've had some great returns so far just within this year. So I can only imagine what the next few years is going to bring with this portfolio. So let's get started. You know, excuse me, I would like for you guys, like you guys feedback, what you think about the portfolio, this particular portfolio, what you like, what you don't like, some improvements you think I should make. But let's get right into it, right? So this particular portfolio, I think I have about 13 stocks in this particular account. So let's get right into it. And I talked about this one earlier, but we're gonna jump right back into it, and that's Lucid Group. And we see that it's currently trading at 55. Last month, right? The last month with this stock is up 127%, up over 30 points in the last month with Lucid Group. Last 6 months is up 178%. And year to date for Lucid, it's up 449%. That's crazy. That's crazy. My personal return on Lucid, since I've owned it, is 77%. Right. And I said I'm excited about this stock. And this is going to be one of those stocks that's going to, that I'm hopefully it keeps going in the right direction. All right, let's go to the next one. Another one I talked about earlier. I talk about these stocks for a reason, but just, to have these in one portfolio and you see the returns that's going on right now, you understand why I'm excited about this portfolio. So let's get going here. We have Nvidia. And we just, last 5 days, we already talked about that, up 7% last month, up 49% in the last month with Nvidia. Up 49%, over 108 points. In the last 6 months for Nvidia, it's up 125%, up 183 points. And year to date for Nvidia is up 151%, up almost 200 points, right? Man, I wish I had that at the beginning of the year, but I didn't. But since I bought Nvidia, I'm up 46%. Another one I'm excited about for the future. Let's jump right into the next one. APTS. This is a REIT that I have. And with most REITs, right, I don't expect a big return out of my REITs. I'm more so looking at the dividend, right? Because the REITs there, they pay out their high returns to their stockholders. So that's what I look for in a REIT. That's that passive income, right? So you're going to hear a few REITs in this account. This is one I currently own, APTS. But this particular REIT has provided me some nice returns since I've been in it. The last 5 days up 2%. The last month is up, as you see, 13% within the last month. And over the last 6 months, up 46%, right? And year to date on APTS is up 97%. You don't see that out of a lot of REITs, I'm gonna be honest with you. This one though, I'm excited about. I'm currently up 35% on APTS, right? And let me give you an idea, right? A lot of these percentage returns could be a lot higher, but what I do is I do dollar cost average into like my better performing stocks. So especially into my REITs, because the income will go up, even though you see that return probably will go down on your cost basis. But with these REITs, I want to increase my income, so I keep investing into them, right? You buy assets. That's what I like to do. I like to buy assets. So this is not one that I will, wait till the price drops or anything like that. I continuously buy into my high performing assets. So you'll see maybe the cost basis go down, but to pick up more shares and more income when that dividend hits, that's what I'm looking for. You see a dividend yield with this 4.95%, not bad. Let's go to the next holding in this portfolio, reliable Home Depot. So you see some of the growth stocks. I'm looking at Nvidia, chip, semiconductor, but we consider that kind of a growth stock. You see the REITs with APTS. You see those solid dividend proven companies like a Home Depot, right? And you see over the last 5 days with Home Depot, up 9%, up 34 points. A very solid, proven, strong company. Home Depot is not going anywhere anytime soon. Up 14% in the last month. Over 6 months, Home Depot is up 30%, 29, we'll say 29%, 29.37%, 92 points. And year to date, Home Depot is up 54%. So you see, why I'm excited about having Home Depot in this portfolio. Since I bought into Home Depot, I'm up 28%. But I'm excited about the future, of this stock. And it's one of those stocks that, I'll be holding for a long time. Let's go to the next one, AMD. Think about this, guys, all in the same portfolio, right? You see it, you understand why I'm excited about this particular portfolio. And like I said before, it started just me buying some cruise lines, some airlines, at the beginning of the pandemic. Now I flipped them over to this, to me, this solid portfolio. AMD, we talked about that earlier. You see for the past month, up 33%. Past 6 months, AMD is up 99%. Year to date, AMD is up 68%, up over 63 points. I'm currently up 28% on AMD since I bought into it. This is another one that I've been dollar cost averaging into, but definitely excited about the return since I've been in. Let's go to the next one, Bank of America. Bank of America, a dividend. We know about Bank of America, solid company in the financial world. Dividend before paying stock. Let's see. Up last 5 days, Bank of America is down 4% for the month, down 3%. But the last 6 months, where we at, Bank of America, up 8%. Year to date, 51% return on Bank of America. 51%. All right, since I've been in Bank of America, I'm up 26%. Another one of those I've been dollar cost averaging because it's been doing well. Also pays a dividend, as you see, a dividend yield of 1.85%. So yeah, Bank of America is also in this portfolio. And let's go to the next one here. Let's go to Lowe's. I talked about Home Depot. I also have Lowe's in this account, right? You may want to choose between the two. I like both. I couldn't decide which one I like better, so I just kept both of them. Home Depot currently trading $249. Last 5 days, up 6%. Last month, 10%. 6 months, 29%. So like, this is the type of stuff I like to invest in. I don't like to do a lot of guesswork in my investments. I said it before. When you invest your money, you want to see returns. That's what I expect when I invest my money. I don't want to hope for returns. I expect returns when I invest, into these companies. As you see, year to date, Lowe's is up 89 points. That's 55%. I'm currently up 24% on Lowe's. And you see, it also pays a dividend, of 1.28%. I believe Lowe's is one of those dividend kings where they increase their dividend every year for the past, 25 years? I could be mistaken on that, but I'm not mistaken on the fact that Lowe's is a very solid company. It's going to, it's been going up this year along with Home Depot. You had the infrastructure bill that just passed. Very confident in Lowe's for the next 2 years. So definitely a strong stock in the portfolio. All right, let's go to the next one, Ford. Right, if you start a portfolio, you don't need all, a bunch of stocks in your portfolio, especially if you're a new investor, right? So start off with 2, 3, 4. I follow, Earn Leisure. Ian always talks about, hey, two tech, two index. So, you can start a portfolio like that. Don't have any problems with that. Well, as you get more advanced, you probably want to expand on that. So the next company in this portfolio is Ford, right? We know about the recent EV focus with Ford. So I'm extremely excited about this stock. Last 5 days, performance of Ford is, kind of flat, but the last month is up 20%, right? The last 6 months with Ford is up 55%. Year to date on Ford, up 127%. So you see the excitement around Ford and its, electric vehicle investment. It also reinstated the dividend. So, with a 2% dividend, that's also another dividend paying stock that I now have in the portfolio. So we're excited about the direction that Ford is headed in. Let's go into Exxon. Is my next stock in the portfolio. Exxon's done pretty well for us. Oh, with Ford, I'm sorry, I'm up 15% since I purchased Ford. Exxon's kind of had its ups and downs over lately. It's kind of been moving up and it's been coming back down lately, but overall, I like Exxon. Past 5 days, you see that it is down 4%. Over the past month, down 5%. Past 6 months, still up 3%. And year to date for Exxon, look at that, 46%. So going through a little rough patch now, but overall this year is definitely been solid. A dividend paying stock, it's the dividend yield of 5.8%. So, we're getting pretty good passive income in this portfolio. I'm up 12% on Exxon. It's also one of those stocks that I've been dollar cost averaging over time. So you'll see that, let's see here. What is this? Get this off here. Exxon now, let's go to, let's talk a little ETF talk. All right, let's see if we can clear this screen. There we go. QQQM. So I talked about before the triple Q, which follows the NASDAQ. Well, this ETF similarities to QQQ, but at a cheap price. So that's so this is my ETF in this particular portfolio. As you see, currently trading at 166.07 last 5 days. I mentioned about the NASDAQ. It pretty much follows the NASDAQ. So if you see the NASDAQ up, you're going to probably see this particular ETF up. Up 2% for the week. For the past month, we're up 7%. And over the last 6 months, up to year to date, we're up 30% on this ETF. So if you're looking for a solid ETF that follows the NASDAQ, take a look at QQQM. I'm up 9% on this fund since I started investing in it, which I haven't had it that long, but it's going to be one that I'm going to keep in the portfolio for a long time because I want exposure to that NASDAQ. So yeah, let's go to our next one here. CTO. Talked about some REITs earlier. And with REITs, it's a way you can invest in real estate, without having, the day-to-day tenants and all that type of stuff. So, if you're looking to invest in real estate, take a look at some REITs. CTO is one that another REIT that I'm invested in. Like I said, we don't expect a lot of growth with these, but we are expecting passive income, either monthly or quarterly. So this is one of the reasons why I'm invested in this particular REIT. Over the last week, you see it's up 2%. Over the past month, up 4%. 6 months, we're up 9%. So that's a really good return, right? And year to date for this REIT, up 37%. Right. And also look at this dividend yield, 7% on the dividend yield, right? I'm up 7% on this stock. Why? Because I dollar cost average so I can get more shares because I want a piece of this 7% dividend yield. All right. So that's how I approach it. Another REIT. Let's go to Good, GOOD. So this is a very, very solid portfolio, right? We have quite a bit of diversity in it. Another REIT that I'm in here. Last 5 days actually down 1%. For the month, up 1%. 6 months, up 9%. GOOD. And year to date, up 27% on this REIT. I dollar cost average into this all the time. Why? Because this dividend yield here is 6%. So, like I said, I'm looking for that passive income, making money while I'm asleep. I can depend on that dividend payment. This may be a monthly dividend, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll probably get this dividend every month. They usually either quarterly or monthly. I think this is one of those monthly paying dividend stocks. And to wind out this portfolio, shout out to my boy Charles. This is a EV stock that he told me to keep an eye on, you know, but I actually like it. I actually like it. HYZN Motors, Heisen Motors. Hope I'm saying that correctly. But I did go ahead and pull the trigger and invest in. I just recently invested in it. So this is one I'm taking a chance on, which that happens sometimes, but I like my chances on this long term. So yeah, you see on Friday up 8%, for the past week up 5%, for the past month up 47%. Wasn't in it then, but I wish I was. But hopefully it can continue with that trajectory. We'll see how it goes, right? Over the past 6 months, actually down 18%, and year to date down 22%. So are we getting in at a good price, a good entry point? Only time will tell. But I added it to this portfolio. It's really the one I'm taking a chance on in this portfolio. But that happens. That happens. So I'm excited to see the direction that it's headed. So we'll see over the next few months how this stock actually performs. So and yeah, that's it. That's it for this portfolio. This is part 2 of my portfolio breakdown. Like I said, man, your feedback is appreciated. Let me know what you guys think about this particular portfolio. Something you may add and take off, or just let me know what you think. On the next video, I'll give you part 3 of my portfolio breakdown. That breakdown is going to have a breakdown of the portfolio of what actually got me into investing, how I really broke into this investing thing. So, stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're watching on the YouTube, head over to the podcast, follow my podcast. Link is in the description. If you're on the podcast, go follow my YouTube page, Stock Talk with David. I would really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, that's it. Talk to you guys later.